A notice of intended prosecution is served to you because you've committed an offence. For most cases, you won't actually be taken to court as long as you don't ignore it. You can simply choose to accept the charge and be issued with a fixed penalty notice, or FPN for short. The FPN will maybe include both a fine and points on your driving licence. The most common reason for receiving an NIP is for speeding, but you could also be issued one for offences like careless driving, running a red light, or not wearing a seatbelt, and there's various other reasons. Parts of this process have time limits, which, if exceeded, become a convenient loophole for not having to pay. If you're pulled over by a police officer, they can give you an NIP verbally, but if you're caught by a camera, then the NIP will be posted to whoever the registered owner of the vehicle is. These postal NIPs must arrive within 14 days from the date of the alleged speeding offence. It has been known for the police to send the notice of intended prosecution late. Things like bank holidays or a postal strike could also delay an NIP. If your NIP wasn't sent within 14 days of the offence, the police can no longer prosecute. But if the police have issued it correctly and within the right time frame, then this won't stand up. It'll take longer to arrive if you were driving a hire car because they've got to do a little bit more work to find you. The police won't necessarily know if it arrived late, so be sure to send it back as out of time. Otherwise, you risk being summoned to magistrates' court for failing to comply. If the NIP was served within 14 days, then there's a second time limit that the police need to stick to. They only have 6 months to issue you with the actual fine, the fixed penalty notice. But if your fixed penalty notice does arrive late, then just like an NIP, you'll need to let the police know that you won't be paying. If you received an NIP through the post, there's a section 172 notice to fill out and return. This is where you inform the police who was driving at the time. Now, legally, you have to fill this in within 28 days or it's considered a criminal offence and you can't lie about who's driving. Loads of parents have tried to take the fine and the points on behalf of the kids to avoid the younger driver's insurance shooting up. And in a similar way, couples have often tried taking each other's points when one's near to getting a ban. But you've got to be really careful, and this is why. Because if the camera did get a clear photo of your face, then the correct driver could be quite easily identifiable. If you ignore an NIP, you'll be summoned to a magistrate's court for failing to comply, as well as for the original speeding offence. The court could then fine you up to £1,000, add up to 6 penalty points to your licence, or even disqualify you from driving altogether. If you want to challenge a ticket or you're worried about a fine that's about to land you in trouble, a popular option is to consult a solicitor who can help. There are loads of online solicitors that work out cheaper and easier than meeting up in person, and JustAnswer are currently offering a £5 trial. Someone from our Money Nerd team saved over £270 on a parking ticket from using their service. I've linked to that offer in the description, and if you use it, you'll be supporting Money Nerd, so thank you.